We're going to talk about, I got this from Loyola. It's called a dog drill. What I really like about it is that, as you can see, it's a high tempo drill. It's full field, a lot of transition involved, similar to what I saw in a previous version of what you guys did earlier about drills being offensive guys have to play both offense and defense. Defensive guys have to play both. I try not to let the ball slow down too much. You can teach your attack to ride, which is a big part of our game. And, one of the things with a lot of these transition drills, whether it's small field or long field, is that the middies need to transition in their minds quickly from O to D or D to O, which is a huge part. And then I'll show you the setup in this. I hope this goes all the way through. No. There you go.
There you go.
All right, so this setup, let's just skip here. So this is the setup of the drill. You got your lines on both sides, color of each. You have a ground ball, so there's coaches on both sides of the field. You roll the ground ball out. Here, they're going to play the one-on-one ground ball, and whoever picks it up, I'm assuming that the pink team is going to pick it up. And so that pink guy's allowed to release straight to the cage. The defensive middy's got to go in and touch the X and then can react. So you get, you could get a 4-on-3 by throwing the ball ahead. You could get a 5-on-4 depending on how fast and guys read. And if guys are really slow or they bobble the ball, then this guy can get in and touch and maybe gets in and becomes a 5-on-5. And then as soon as there's a shot or save and the ball goes out of bounds, we just tell them to pick up the ball and get it out. So now they have to go, and now it's either, depending on where guys are, you can get a 5-on-4, you can get a 5-on-5, depending on the hole. So there's a couple segments, as you'll see, going through here in the next couple ones that will show. And if you guys want me to stop it, just let me know. Kind of demoed the first one. Ball's coming out. So he's running in. He's going to touch the X. This guy's breaking in. You can see him. He's throwing the ball right off the start. All right, so now they got a 5-on-4. We didn't do a good job. I like this guy to, again, we let them play it out. It is. But I think the best way is if this guy sits in and plays it as a flat break, he can go to either side without running behind the goal a little bit. So it gives him a little bit better of an advantage. Pick it up. Now guys are going back, a little bit tired, all right? Part of the reason why it's called dog drill is if you do it long enough, the middies are definitely getting tired by running up and down the field. So you can simulate for coaches that want to play the pass down, pick down in transition, or throw the ball through X. It depends on what you want to do. But as long as the ball keeps hopping and going, we're going to probably, this year I'm going to try to do it more where you just like a lot of times, you don't have the ball for more than 5 seconds.
Right. Now, do you switch what side you start the ground ball?
Yeah, so that way you're getting guys coming in from both sides and everything's a little bit different.
I love the randomness of going the other way. Like could be even, could be uneven. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, so whichever the opposing team, right? So whoever loses the ground ball, that opposing midfielder on the opposite side needs to touch the X. Is that how you declare the advantage?
So it slows it down so you can't just run in and cover the guy.
Right. Right. No, that's cool. It's a cool little wrinkle to it. What year is this film, Coach? Are there any?
So this is fall of 2016.
Oh, nice roll dodge. Oh, back pipe. Ooh. Hi, Dylan.
These fields right now that these guys are playing on aren't there anymore because they ripped it all up with the addition of the new football facilities.
Is that a complaint, Coach?
No, it's great.
Oh, okay.
We get to somewhat use them, so it's fine. I don't care. We have a bunch of turfs.
Oh, great move. How is Coach Mac Brown?
He's great with the guys. He had, when Chris came down for his visit, he spent 35 minutes with Mac Brown in his office. So
It's pretty cool.
Who told you he was a football guy?
Chris was a football guy?
Yeah, who told you that?
I saw him play football in high school.
Oh, all right. Sorry, I guess I'm trying to take credit once again.
Yeah. Coach Metz, way to answer that. Not give Mike the credit he's fishing for.
This is glorious. What a film. This is cool. Really cool, Coach. Who's in the what are the opposite colors, the orange colors? Is that significant?
I think the orange colors, if I'm not mistaken, are guys that we have to be careful with for one reason or another medically. We didn't want them to be contacted too much for something or other. When I was pulling this film off, I'm like, this is going to look really strange, but I'm assuming we only wear the, especially in the fall, we only wear the red or orange jerseys when guys are hurt. So they must have been medically not qualified to be full contact, but since it's not a 6-on-6 type situation or full field, it's unsettled. Our trainers let us play it out a little bit.
That's a nice
loophole. The guy that just shot, that was Klutz.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, so he wasn't cleared for a island double to a.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. When I was looking at it, I was like, why are these guys not? But
we run that loophole as well. We're allowed, if it's a numbers drill at times, a contact, but we don't change their color. So it's interesting.
Yeah, we just put guys that we don't want guys to like wind up and try to crush. We put them in red jerseys just so that everybody's aware of them. There are our scout team jerseys, so when other guys play, when we have other teams and Coach Yu is doing the scout, he puts those guys in the orange jerseys with numbers on them. So during the fall, usually we just give them out as injury jerseys.
Coach, a drill like this that has like there's a lot going on, like Jay was saying, it could be settled, could be odd man, you're coming from different directions, the pace, is quick. You got like some freshmen out there, obviously they're adjusting to the pace of college play. What's like maybe one common mistake that you notice in a drill like this that's like very important for you to correct in order to just evolve as a team in transition?
The one thing that we talk about the most, especially with unsettled and these kinds of drills, is spacing. Creating space so that one guy can't cover two. So a lot of times young guys want to get too close to the goal. They're afraid that if they don't shoot it, 6 yards or 7 yards, that they're not going to score. And they may or may not. That might be a thing for them, but they can't crowd another guy who's already in that space. So we talk about spacing a lot. Like, you don't necessarily need to move and cut too much. You need to make sure that you're spaced properly so that, as the defense, we assume the defense is always going to do something right. If they're doing it right, this is how you beat it. If they do something wrong, we have to teach that. But the spacing makes it a lot easier to see if the defense is doing it right or wrong.
Cool. Love that. This is a great drill.
Great drill. Really cool. So how often do you guys do that? Is that a once a week drill, or is that you touching that as often as you can? Or
those years it's been once a week. There's been some years where we don't have enough healthy bodies to run up and down to do that. So we've developed other drills to try to mimic some of those things. Small field drills similar to that, that can kind of mimic a unsettled situation. You guys, I saw the 4-on-3 up and down, we'll do that. We'll do, if you can get a hold of one of the old talks that I did my second year at Carolina after we won it, I was at the convention. I did a bunch of drills that kind of were up-tempo drills to force guys to both offensively and defensively handle the ball, play defense, change direction, try to give us that. And the one thing that we found out is we could do a 4-on-3 at one end, which with our offensive guys being the offense, our best offensive guys, and our best short sticks and poles being on the defensive side. And it was 3 middies and 1 attackman. And then that would turn into a transition the other way where our guys would have to learn to either get in a hole or get off with guys. And so we didn't have to practice full field, but we still got the transition defense, transition offense in, and then we would switch things around, you know? So you have to be willing to like take your time and say, all right, you guys got to switch jerseys. You're now coming in from the box to play offense. You're now doing this. So we did a bunch of different things like that to try to eliminate the stuff when you got, 6 or 7 guys hurt. The one year, I think it was 2017. If you saw our last game, we were trying to get in the playoffs, and we had 15 guys in polo shirts and khakis on the sidelines. And if you're carrying, even if you're carrying 50, that doesn't leave you with much less.
Mm-hmm.
So